Hey, it's Brad here with ZZ Ward. She just performed in our lobby, and she has performed in Click 98.9's Acoustic Lounge. You can see that at click989.com. How are you doing?
I'm good.
What have you been doing the past couple months?
I've been on tour the past couple months. We're getting toward the end of it now. We have about, I think, less than 2 weeks, which kind of blows my mind. It's been about a 2-month tour. And I don't know, you get so used to being on the road that I'm not even I don't even know what I'm going to do when I go home. I'm just literally going to be sitting there okay, I'm in one place. What do I do now? You know?
Do you when you do go home, are there plans to record and kind of do more stuff, or are you just going to kind of take a break for a little bit?
I would like to write. I'm not going to write the first day I'm home.
Right.
I'm definitely going to I literally bring my entire life with me on tour, all my stuff. So it'd probably take me 2 days to put everything back in my apartment. But no, I love to write, and it's really challenging for me to write on the road. It's just there's just not a lot of time to actually kind of put time aside to write. You're always being pulled in different directions. So I love writing. Writing is one of probably maybe my favorite part of being an artist. So I hope to do some writing when I get home, yeah.
What when you're on tour? Is it the full-on tour bus, or are you flying here and there and flying, going around? Or how is it for you? Because it seems like a tour is different for every artist.
It depends what kind of tour it is. If it's a promotional tour, if it's a radio tour, then sometimes it's just fly dates.
Yeah.
But no, this tour is on the ground a lot. So, which I like because I think flying is pretty exhausting, to be honest. It's a national tour. We didn't do any international dates on this tour. So yeah, we're on a bus every day. And and I love it. I've just gotten so used to touring, thankful that I'm in a bus and not a van.
Right.
Yeah.
We have 365 was out a while ago. You have a new song. What's it called?
Last Love Song.
Yes. And she just performed this for us in our lobby, and it's pretty good. We're going to try to convince some people to start playing it.
Thank you.
It's one of those songs that you could tell you kind of poured there's a lot of emotion in that song.
Yeah, it's definitely it's funny because that you asked that. When I first started writing when I was 13, 14 years old, all I would write was ballads. Just ballads. I don't know why. That was just my thing. It was okay, instead of crying, I'm going to go write a ballad.
Right.
And then when I wrote this record, I was probably in my, 22. I decided that I would not write ballads and just try to write up tempos and rhythmic stuff. So when I actually let myself really do what came very natural to me, it was Last Love Song. So.
Yeah, and there's a lot of emotion. I think there was a lot of people in the room who were like, "Oh, I feel like this applies to me entirely," and that's the mark of a good song, right? When people can hear it and go, "Oh, okay. Did I write this or did
I write this? That's awesome."
Did I submit this via the website?
So, you finish up your tour in a couple weeks. You go home, you relax a little bit. What do you hope is next?
I would say, I hope that this song resonates with more people and that more people find out about me. I think the interesting thing is, I've had this record out for a pretty long time. For a new artist, I think that it would only happen. It would only happen like this once. I've been touring off this record for about 1.5 years, 2 years.
Yeah.
And it amazes me how many new people are coming out to my shows to watch me.
Well, it's even the last time you were here, and they're like, well, and then afterwards, I was like, oh my God, you guys missed. You got to go watch this video. I'm talking to friends, not even listeners or whatever. You got to go watch. She's good. And then they would be like, well, who is this? I don't know who this is. And then they'd watch the video and they'd be like, oh yeah, I bought that ZZ Ward track.
Yeah. So it's still happening. So I guess what I would hope for is that Last Love Song would kind of go over that next level of people, knowing who I am. I hope to have a long career and make a lot of records. And I don't know, it's a pretty awesome journey, and I just, I enjoy it for what it is. You never know how long anything's going to last, so.
Having it be over a year, do you feel the pressure to put something else out? Do you feel that kind of
Not so much. It's actually not that many. Just sometimes I'll see a couple comments when's some new stuff coming out? But that's the people that, have heard me since I first came out.
Right.
And that's really, I think, not the majority of people. And no, I don't really feel a lot of pressure because I think at the end of the day, the most important thing to me is to write, when I do get to the second record, is to write an incredible record. Thankfully, I might have my moments where I care what other people think, but for the
Right.
most
You
part,
have to a little bit.
I
like,
do.
like
I have
dip
my
into
days.
that.
I have my
Yeah,
days,
yeah.
but for the most part, I just have so much passion for my artistry that I don't really care. I got my hater shades on.
I was
guess.
talking to Pete Wentz the other day from Fall Out Boy, and we were talking about how Twitter is that instant like Twitter and Facebook and all this stuff that people are just like, they just say whatever the heck they think they can say and get away with, and they would never say that kind of stuff in person. So, and the other thing we talked about was the fact that the old days of cutting a record and then putting out a whole record and doing this, it's kind of over. There now you have outlets like, I just put this awesome song together. Let's go ahead and let people know what this is on SoundCloud or YouTube or whatever it is.
Yeah.
Do you feel like do you feel as an artist coming up right now with this digital stuff, do you feel like that's good or bad? Do you like that it's just free flowing, you can do whatever you want?
I think it's good. It just depends what kind of artist you are.
Yeah.
I think that, personally, I think that I'm more of like at least the way that I, write songs. I wrote most of my record by myself. I looked up to a lot of artists like Tom Petty and
Right.
David Bowie and Led Zeppelin and Rolling Stones and the Beatles. So, it depends what kind of artist you are. I know that I think it was like the 2020 experience where they like went
Right.
in and like a certain amount of time. I think it was 20 days. I don't know. Maybe that's why it's called that. I don't remember. They went in like a certain amount of days and they like wrote, they were just creative and that's what they came up with. And, it just depends what you're going for, I think. For me, I think that I probably wouldn't just put a song out like that before I was ready for, without a whole, backbone and story. But I think that it's great though that there's, options.
Do you see your album as a whole picture?
This album? Yeah, definitely. Definitely whole picture. It's a very potent part of my life where I was in some situations that I didn't know how to get out of. And I think people can relate to that. I think that I ended up writing my way out of a lot of the situations before I was ready to end things in
Right.
relationships and things like that. So, yeah, definitely a whole story.
I'm no stranger to burying myself in what would be called work. I think that's something that gets me out of a lot of stuff.
Yeah.
It pulls me kind of from that weird place your brain can go and then puts you back in a good spot. And speaking of that, are you in a good spot? Relationships and stuff like that?
Yeah, I do. I feel like I'm in a good spot, but it's funny because I hear people, be like, don't get happy because you can't write. And I'm thinking like, you don't know me. Like I'm pretty edgy. I can always make more out of less, don't do something wrong or I'm going to write a song about it. That's kind of how I am, I'm very fiery. I'm a very empowering writer and, I love music that makes me feel an emotion. I love music that makes me feel powerful or sexy or sad or angry. It has to give me an emotion.
Right.
I won't put songs out that don't make me feel, a certain way. So I don't think it matters where I'm at exactly in my life. I think that's always going to happen,
Very cool. You can see the video of her performance in our lobby. Also, the Click 98.9 Acoustic Lounge. It's ZZ Ward. Catch her new song.
Last Love Song, yeah.
Last Love Song. Catch it. It'll be up at click989.com.